Hi, Mark here. Friday, October the 17th, 10 a.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. GMT. And let's have a look how the US dollar is performing. I'm starting on the index on the daily, and you can see strong US dollar was sold off early in the Asian session, but since the European session and now that the US session is underway, US dollar is showing strength, bouncing up. We'll see it was sold off for the whole of the week. We'll see whether it can make a comeback Friday and if it can continue, if demand continues now that the US session is underway. I've got support 97.82 and intraday resistance being tested right now at 98.26. Let's have a look at the majors, starting on the euro. There you see the red candlestick, selling euro, buying US dollar strength. Like in the index, started off weak. There you can see resistance at 117.27. That would be buying euro, selling US dollar. US dollar has fought back since that intraday resistance, and I've got support now at 116.65. Sellers of euro, buyers of US. Now making a move and see if they can get back, make up for some of the losses we saw, which was buying euro, selling US dollar. We'll see if the US can recoup some of those losses and push lower during the US session. And that is what it's doing right now. If I zoom in on that hourly, there you can see the push lower, breaking through the support right now. US dollar strength as the US session gets underway. Let's have a look at the pound against the US. US fighting its way back against the pound. You can see that. Also, initially, buying pounds, selling US, weak US dollar, intraday resistance 134.71, but US dollar fighting its way back now and testing intraday support at $1.34 and looking to push lower, testing that right now on the hourly. You'll see just broke below that intraday support and US dollar making some kind of a fight back, looking to recoup some of the losses from earlier this week. Let's have a look at the US yen. Starting on the daily, similar pattern again. There you can see the downtrend here, selling US dollar, buying yen, US dollar weakness. That's the way it started early in the Asian session, during the European session, and now we've got the US dollar fighting back. I've got support at 149.38, and I've got intraday resistance at 150.56. Let's just zoom in on that hourly. There you can see US dollar buyers looking to test break above this intraday resistance and again recoup some of the losses that we've seen. The US dollar Canadian pair. Doji looking candle, tested higher, tested lower, not much in terms of the body here between the open and the close. So, and it's been this way and it's been flat the whole week. I've got support at 140.27. I got resistance at 140.67. That's narrow, not even a 30 pip range for now. There's that doji-like candlestick. Buyers, US dollar buyers, will look to test this 140.67, but US dollar strength, US hasn't been able to strengthen against the Canadian for this past week. US dollar sellers will look down at the 140.27 support level. So US is fighting back. We see it on the index. We see it against the euro, the pound, and the yen. Not as yet against the Canadian, sitting pretty flat. We'll see how it plays out during the US session today. We do have resistance support levels on our majors. Good trading. I'll see you at the end of the day.